Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back for another TOS video. So today we're not really playing any game, right? So I decided to come out with this video because I think I've been in the TOS community for such a long time, right? So just to share with you guys, those of you who are new to my channel, right? I started this game the same year as Madhead have launched the game, right? 2013. I've started playing since 1st of March all the way till now. Right, so 1st of March 2013 to 2014 is I'm more or less like a normal player. 2014 is when I started my YouTube channel, if I remember correctly. Right, and then 2016 it was when I'm officially one of the streamers for Madhead. Right, and that's when I kind of go over to Taiwan for their Taiwan game show and all this. Right, so I started getting a lot of like TOS merchandise, loots from events such as this, and then today I'm going to share with you all the loots that I've collected from Madhead from Madhead so far, right, and then pretty much share with you all my stuff, right. So as you can see, my cupboard behind me, right, is dedicated for all the TOS merchandise, right. So if I were to open this, right, it's literally all the merchandise, right. So I'm going to show you guys probably the entire cabinet, right. Not sure how long this video is going to take, right, but I'm just going to show you guys one by one. Alright, so I've cleared out my first level of the cabinet, right. So first level is empty, right, and I'm going to show you guys what I have on in like the first cabinet of the entire of my loot, right. So just to let you guys know, right, this all the stuff that I'm going to show you is not in order of when I've received it, right. So it's all jumbled up already. Actually, I can't even remember what was my first loot from Madhead and all this. Okay, so just gonna show you guys, right. So what I have here is a Cassandra pillow, right. So this I believe is from 2016 TGS, right, as what you can kind of see right here, Madhead TGS 2016, right. So this loot was kind of from the claw machine that they have at the actual convention itself, right. So once you clear the different checkpoints in the entire exhibition or convention, right, you are entitled to this one try at the claw machine, right. So there's many character pillow, right, like Freya and all the old cards back then, right. But nonetheless, this is the one that I definitely wanted, right. So pretty happy with that. So next, this is one of the very old loot as well, right. So it's kind of old and dusty and yeah, kind of gross right now, right. So what I have here is Daji keychain, right. It's a wooden keychain. So if I turn it to the back, you can kind of see Tower Saviors, Su Daji in Chinese, and then Madhead, right. So one of the few loots that I have, I remember this is pretty much very early, about probably 2016 as well, right. So if I remember correctly, I do have one Gemini keychain as well, but I gave it away already. Not sure why did I do that, because I don't have a Gemini keychain right now. So usually when I do a giveaway is probably when I have like extra of those stuff, right. So yeah, I kind of question myself, why did I give away that Gemini keychain. Alright, so moving on. So those of you who have attended this is from 2018, right. So those of you Malaysia players out there, a shout out to you guys, right. Those of you who have attended 2018 the TOS fan gathering at KL, I think it's KL, yeah. So I was there, right, and then they kind of gave out this fan gathering token, right. Not sure whether you guys can see clearly, right. This golden coin right here behind is pretty much just the Tower of Savior logo, right, and then this is what we get at the fan gathering, right. So that was 2018, definitely I remember that, right, because I didn't turn up for 2019, and then not sure whether I will do so this year, or whether if they're even hosting one this year because of the virus situation and stuff like that, right. So moving on, this is pretty new, right. I think it's probably last year's loot or something, right. So this is the official poker cards from Tower Saviors. They did launch a new one, right. I did not have got my hands on it, but this is the version 1 of these poker cards. They have already released a version 2, but I do not have it at this point of time, right. So you can see it's pretty much a full set of playing cards, right? With the Joker being the Mad Head, and then Mad Head and Summer as the Joker cards, right? You guys can see that, right? So it's pretty much one artwork for every single card out there, right? So you can see that it's a pretty cool collection, right? You can see all the cards are pretty old, you know, like Lu Dongbing and Lu Bu, right? Just to show you guys a few, right? I probably gonna show you guys one more, and that's about it, because I can't possibly show you guys the entire deck, right? So Nobunaga, very old card, so this shows that it's a very old set of poker cards, right? And then Mintia, right? So I'm gonna keep this and put it aside, right? This is definitely one of my favorite loots, right, out of the entire thing. So this is definitely playable poker cards, right? So I probably will not take it out to play with other people, because I don't want other people to bend the card or damage the card, and I only have this one set, right? If it's gone, it's gone. Right, next we have another poker card. This time it's more of like a tarot version kind of card, right? So this is the TOS. This came out before the one that I showed you just now, right? So this one is very unique, because I managed to get a few signatures from the Mad Head girls back then. This is a 2016 poker card model, right? So as you can see clearly, right, Cassandra here, right, with the signature. Okay, so definitely one of the more prized collection of mine, right? So it's definitely one full set of cards as well, okay, and then one with every character on each card, right? So you can see we have the Artemis, and Joker card is Mad Head anyways, right? Just to show you guys, it's a very old design as well, right? Because I can find very old cards, okay. For example, we have Inanna right here, non-power release, and we have Keijoro right here, non-power release as well, right? So you can see how old these cards are, right? But nonetheless, very nice collection, right? I think I do have some extra lying around, right? So might be probably time to kind of give this away, right? If not, it's gonna be rotting in my shelf, collecting dust and stuff like that, right? So let me know in the comments below whether you guys actually want these loots, right? Might do a giveaway, I don't know, right? All this unsure as of now. Okay, moving on. A bit of a sensitive topic right here, but since this is not the official Mad Head channel, right, I get to say whatever I want. This is the Kronos Gate poker cards, the Kronos Gate version of the one that you saw just now, right? So basically, if you guys have actually attempted to play Kronos Gate or have heard of this game, right, basically it's Mad Head's second game that went down in flames within a year, right? So kind of a sensitive topic for Mad Head players and stuff to talk about, right? But anyway, they did their Kronos Gate version, and I think that the artwork is fantastic as well, right? Just to show you guys, okay, a bit of this artwork, right? So in fact, I feel that some of these artwork are actually recycled and have already been placed into TOS for the updated versions, right? So just to share with you, right, this is Idun from Kronos Gate, right? So very similar, I guess. Alright, and then we have the water starter, right, the Molly equivalent of Kronos Gate. So this is the water starter, right, pretty cool. And it's to show you guys the back side of the card is like this, okay, pretty cool card. So once again, this game was actually fantastic, right, in my opinion. It's just that they kind of launched contents too quickly and kind of broke the game in less than a few months, right? So not a good thing to do, right? Hopefully TOS don't end up like that, right? Although we are seeing like Edward and Alphonse breaking the damage ceiling once again. We're not sure what's going to happen in the future of TOS, right? So moving on, we have more physical merchandise. In fact, most of them are physical. What am I talking about, right? So these are caps that you can wear out. So I have the red and the blue. So this is actually given to me at a non-event kind of situation, right? So I think it was last year, 2019, when I was in Hong Kong with my company, my work company, of course. I had this free and easy time, right? So I actually took a taxi down to Medhead's office to kind of say hi to them. Unfortunately, Terry wasn't around, so I get to mingle around with some of the Medhead staff, such as Tofu and stuff, and other back end stuff, right? So these two caps are actually the kind of the red team versus blue team kind of event that we have probably a few years ago by now, right? So this is the official merchandise for that, as you can see, TOS, and then Mad Head at the side of the cap. So pretty cool. I probably won't wear it around because I'm not someone that actually wears a cap around, right? Not a fan with all these we call this a snapback cap ones. Yeah, won't be wearing that. Anyways, next up, I have, this is definitely a 2016 loot that I have because I was actually carrying this around during my first ever TGS, right? 2016, right? So this is a scarf, right? Not sure why would I need a scarf in Singapore, because it is never cold to an extent that you need a scarf. Like as you can see, all the attributes are knitted onto the scarf, and I think it's gonna be pretty geek to kind of like carry this around, right? I think it's a pretty cool loot nonetheless, right? You still have a big mad head across the entire scarf. Okay, so that's the scarf. Right, next. Okay, this is technically not a loot, but this was given to me like kind of as a bag to carry all the entire loot, right? So I find that this was pretty unique, so I actually kept it. And yes, it is a Mad Head TGS 2016 once again, and you can see the entire bag looks like this, right, with the many characters, and then on the other end, on the other side, we have the Kronos Gate version, just like that. Alright, so it was a pretty cool marketing strategy, right? Just to have a very nice bag for you to carry your loot around. People see like, hey, where do you get that? From them giant Mad Head convention over there, right? So, yep, that's the bag that I was carrying around. It's a pretty big bag, as you can see, it fit the entire screen. So but moving on to the more big loots right now, right, which is considered rare even among streamers and bigger players, right? So I'm actually very fortunate to actually have some of these loots. Alright, so we're moving to the 2016 2017 era, right? This is actually given to me 2016, right, at TGS of so-called post event party, right? So Terry actually gave me this, which is the Tower of Saviors music box, right? So I'm not sure whether it's still working or it's still in working condition in the first place, right? Because of Singapore's humid weather, it's very hard to kind of maintain this kind of thing, right? So just gonna take it out. It looks pretty it's a very nice wood finish with the Tower of Saviors logo on it, right? So open it and you play it. It's gonna play the original TOS tune, the main page tune. Yep, that's the music box. Very rare loot indeed, right? Because they produced very little of this, and then everybody was like rushing to kind of get this. It was like available for lucky draws and stuff like that, right? So I'm very fortunate to have Terry handed me this personally. He said, okay, have you can have one of these. So I'm like, yes, right? So that's the Tower of Savior music box, right? So later in the year, I believe it was like 2017 or 2018, probably 2017, because the game lasted till then. Right? So I got myself the Kronos Gate music box as well. Right? So this is probably gonna be even more rare, because the game is no longer around, and I'm not sure if people still. I kind of forget how the teams, the main menu team sounds like already. Right, so same thing with the TOS version of this music box. Right, would finish with Kronos Gate on the top of this music box. Right, so this music here, I'm pretty sure not a lot of people is familiar with this. I'm just gonna play it for probably 10 seconds. Those of you who have played Kronos Gate will have this very nostalgic feeling. Alright, so just to rewind that a bit. Yeah, so that's the main theme for Kronos Gate. Very, very slow and kind of a moody kind of music, right? But it's a pretty cool, loot. I'm very, very happy with this, right? I think I got this during the Malaysia lucky draw or something, right? Not the 2018 one, but the one hosted a lot earlier. It was when Fallen Halos was released, not the PR version, but just the non-PR Fallen Halos debut, right? So that was probably 2016, 2017. You guys let me know in the comments below, because I've kind of lost track when did all these series come out, right? But if you guys know, leave it down in the comments below. Next, we have another very prized loot right here. This is the card holder, or the card album hard copy, right, of this entire. This is pretty much a very, very, I think it's already out of production already, so it's probably impossible to get some of this, right? So this is for you to, it's a book for you to store all your cards, your loots. Yes, that's right. Right, so here you can see like all the Enocean Tower and stuff like that. Right, if you open up, right, you can see that it's all the stories in Chinese, which I pretty much can't really read myself. Right, and then all these inside are the cards, which are, you know, kind of like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh booster cards. They kind of open up, right? So TOS had that for some point of time, right? So you can see these are all my loots, or kind of the cards that I draw from the booster packs, right? So you can see pretty old cards once again. We have Achilles, we have Dipankara, we have Clara, the Nutcracker, Jackie, Beowulf, and stuff like that. Right? I kind of arranged it in attribute, those that I've kind of got it. Right, so you can see that there are actually even evolved materials and seal bosses. You can see that Lunar Sirius at the bottom of the album right there. Okay, so just to show you guys, and then these are all pretty much the cards that I've drawn from the booster pack. Alright, so this album actually comes with a set of Ethereal Dragons. Right, this Ethereal Dragon comes with the box, comes with the album, so pretty cool in my opinion, right? So this is the back of the album. So this is definitely one of the more treasured loots that I have. Alright, so next will be something you guys will be more familiar with, because it comes with many volumes, and by when I talk about volumes, it's gonna be none other than the Art of Savior, right? If you guys have seen the Art of Savior, it's gonna be something like this. I placed it in plastic bag because I don't want to kind of like scratch and destroy it. Okay, so you can see like this is the Art of Savior, right? The book, and inside is all the design or the pre-design of certain cards, right? So this is the version, the volume 1, right? Open up and you can see that it's all like the starters, their evolution, and some of them actually have their concept art before they were actually released, right? For example, like Daji right here, you can see here, right here, that these are like the kind of like the concept art before release, right? Very, very interesting there, right? So I'm not gonna flip through the entire thing. And then we actually have a volume 2 right here. Alright, so this is a volume 2, and then oh, I kind of forgot about this, but I actually do have some of the signatures by the Mad Head girls, right? So I can't really figure out who's this. I'm so sorry, right? The person that actually signed, but I have no idea who it is. Right, this is Alice and Name, right? The two sisters, and then this Xiaoxue, right? Winnie, that signed this Out of Savior Volume 2. Alright, so just to show you guys a bit. So this was when the Norse God actually have their virtual rebirth, right? So all this art is inside. So that will be Art of Savior. So Volume 2. So this year they are actually launching Art of Savior Volume 4, right? So I questioned myself, where the heck is my Volume 3? So apparently there was this Mad Head staff that supposed to send me Volume 3 via airmail from Hong Kong, and then kind of resigned halfway, right? So I'm not sure whether the package actually got sent out or not. So I believe by now it didn't get sent out, right? So I'm missing this Volume 3, and then now this Volume 4 is coming out. So I just pray hard that this Volume 3 is still in production, or still have a copy or two somewhere, so I can at least complete my collection. Right? So next we have this Tower of Savior X Comico book here, right? So this is not really an art book, but it's kind of like a manga kind of thing, right? So if I open up, you can see that it's a manga kind of thing going on, right, with some of the TOS characters inside. So it's in Chinese once again, and yeah, actually I have not really read through this, but I kind of like skimmed through, and you can see that the artwork here is very, very different from what we see in the game, right? So just to show you guys a bit of a sneak peek, right? So you can see Sean here, right, and some story going on, right? So I have not really read this, to be honest, so I can't really comment much, right? So I do have one unopened Tower of Savior X Comico book right here, as well as another unopened Art of Savior Volume 2. As you can see, it's all still wrapped up in plastic, right? So I do have some extra copies lying around here and there, right? So yeah, that's actually I'm not even done with the first level. What am I doing with this video? There's more. Right, so this is more like a door gift for certain TOS events, right? So this is just I think, you know, just a file here. TOS, if you open up, you can see that there are just these temporary tattoos and a tracing paper of a certain Greek god. So in this case, it is actually Hephaestus, the fire Greek god, right? So the tracing paper thing kind of varies based on which this goodie bag you kind of receive, right? And I have tons of it, right? So if you guys actually want this, right, you guys can let me know in the comments below, because when I say tons, I really have tons of them, right? Like many of it, right? I don't see the need of holding on to so many, right? I believe having one of it is just enough, right? Especially when I have like so many loots that is like jamming the entire cupboard, right? So the last item from the first level of my cupboard for the TOS loots, right, is gonna be these tote bags that I got. So these tote bags are all in Ziploc, meaning that I have a ton of them as well, right? So I'm not gonna take out all of it, right, just to show you guys what it looks like. So there are actually two designs for this tote bag, and you can see that here is a tote bag of Tan San Zhang, and you can see it's the non-PR version, so you can see how old are these kind of merchandise, right? So tote bag right here. And speaking of two design, the other design is actually Atlantis, alright? So with basically the same tote bag with a different character on it, right? That's about it. So I do have like 4 of these tote bags, right? If I can, I will be happy to give some of them out. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna pack everything back to level 1, and then let's see what we have at level 2. Alright, I'm back. I've never expected this video to be so long. Right, so if you guys are still around, welcome to the second part of this loot review. Right, all the TOS loots that I have so far with Mad Head. Right, so next I have this bag full of Mad Head goodies. Right, they are all over the place, and I decided that there is no need to tidy them up, so I just stuffed everything into this little bag of mine. Alright, so first thing I want to go through is there are tons of letters from Mad Head. Right, first one I want to show you guys is the 2018 calendar that they actually, I'm not sure whether they have sent me this, right? It's been a while. So 2018 calendar, as you can see from the year 2018 obviously, right? So you can see that there's summer there with changing outfits every single month, right? Which I think is quite a cool idea, right? Unfortunately they did not do it every single year, which I wonder why. So there's this bag here is all over the place, right? So don't expect things to be, you know, in order, right? So this is kind of a badge tag kind of thing, right? You can see it's Cassandra once again, right? I'm not sure whether you guys can see because of the reflection. There we go, Cassandra. Right, so there are a lot of letters but from Mad Head, right? So back then I wasn't using my name, so if you guys stayed for, you know, so long in my channel, you guys will know what's the name of this previous channel. Alright, so next is this woodcraft that I've gotten, which actually forms this wooden Mad Head right here. I've actually done it up, and it's right here at my shelf. Alright, so once you form it up, it looks something like this. Right, very cool. It just stands there and watch you eat your diamonds. Right, so next we have more greeting cards, right? We usually get some little loots like during Chinese New Year or during like Mid-Autumn Festival or Christmas. They'll send some little greeting cards like this. Alright, so next I would like to show you guys, this is the little mini booster packs. Oh my god, it's so dusty. Mini booster packs that I've opened, right? That shows right, these mini booster cards looks like this. Right, and then this is one set of power release starters. As you can see, it's actually foil as well. Very nice, and it's very good quality as well. Right, so I'm not sure why did I not put this in the album I showed you guys earlier. Right, so there's one of them, and there are very ancient cards here as well, right, if I can ever find them. Right, so these are the Mid-Autumn Festival loots from Mad Head that actually they kind of sent me from Hong Kong. Right, so inside is like this paper lantern that I refuse to open, right, because I have nowhere to put it after I set it up. Right, so next there are actually a few Kronos Gate loots as well. So if I open it up, you can see that there are stickers and greeting cards of Kronos Gate characters. Right, so you can see that there are more artworks here. Right, so you guys are a fan of Kronos Gate, you guys will probably know the characters there. Right, so this is from Christmas, right? Merry Christmas there, right? So what you do is you flip this thing down, and then there is actually a black card inside. So you kind of draw this out. Cause I'm sure because of this Mad Head Star Club thing, right? You guys can actually get one of these as well, right? So you can see, Merry Christmas from Tofu. So back then when Tofu was still in the company, right? So nonetheless, I'm still happy of this kind of greeting cards design, right? So more Merry Christmas, right? So you can see I've played this game for so many years. So this is the booster pack that I'm talking about. So this is unopened. So you can see inside is actually one full set of Chinese gods, right? I'm a bit reluctant to open that, which is why it's still like this, right? So we have some remnants lying around, like gold cards, and then you open up is Scoot. Many of it, right? Many of it. So I feel that all these are pretty useless. I don't see the need of, putting them in the album, right? Because you can see that there are actually small cards, right? Small cards. And then right here we have the, if you guys are old players enough, we have the Disney version of the cards. And then what we have here is the 5 selected Disney cards, right? Which is the Queen of Hearts, the Ursula, Captain Hook, Maleficent, and the Evil Queen, right? So very limited edition Disney villain TOS cards here. Last but not least is the Medea figurine that a lot of people has been going crazy over. Probably 2018 period, right? Whereby they kind of released the Medea figurine, which I have right there. I'll show you guys in a while. Right, so what we have here is actually Medea's stats, and then we have this limited edition gold card, right? So let me just take this out for a moment, right? So we have this gold card. It's totally metal, right? It's a metal card, right, with Medea, and then if you guys see Mad Head, right? So it's a metal card. It's very hard, okay? And then you can see from here, this is my packing, right? You can see it is 794 out of 1047, right? So very limited product here. So not everybody that wants the Medea figurine gets the Medea figurine. So this is one of the rare loots as well. Okay, so speaking about the Medea figurine, here it is. Right, I actually showed this off during the one of the live stream as well. Right, so it's not the best of the best quality. Right, if you guys are a fan of collecting figurines from Japan, you're getting things from Akihabara, you will notice that this figurine is not the best of the best quality, but still a very unique collectible figurine nonetheless, right? Because it's a TOS character. You can't really get this anywhere, pretty much anywhere from now. Yeah, so that's pretty much from the bag that I have. Next is the Mad Head sling bag that I have. This is actually the second sling bag that I have. I'm currently using one, but this one I'm keeping it in the cupboard because of a special reasons, right? It is this sign, right? The ink is kind of fading off. I just realized. I'm pretty sad, but yeah, this is kind of like the backup sling bag, right? Probably not gonna carry it around because of a signature. It's kind of weird, but yeah, there's a signature from Winnie, one of the cosplayers of Mad Head Girls. So there's that, and then we have another Mad Head 6th anniversary loot here, right? So this is basically a wine glass. Right? I'm not sure why I should not take this out because it's quite dangerous, right? So it's a wine glass. I don't think you guys can actually see it very nicely, but it says 6th anniversary Tower of Saviors, and then there's actually my name on it, right? Very blur, but yeah, that's all I can say. 6th anniversary Aaron Mad Head. Yeah, a very cool item. I should be using it, but I'm not sure whether, you know, you get like, if I drop it and then it breaks by accident, I'm gonna be very sad. Okay, next we have more Christmas gifts from Madhead. So you can see this is one of the Christmas gift for Aaron, right? So if I open it up, it's basically the Enocean Tower. You guys can see, I think the reflection is pretty bad, but the Enocean Tower. So this is actually meant for you to plug it in and then turn it on, then you have all these lightings showing up when your room is dark, right? A very, very nice design. This is one of the recent one. I think it's 2019 for this one, and then this is the previous year, 2018, right, where it's a slightly smaller one. You plug it in as well, but this one is more obvious, as you can see. Madhead, Merry Christmas, right? A smaller wooden thing for you to display in your house, right? So because of the capacity in my room, I can't really display it, so it's still in a box like this. Next, we have an invitation pack of Kronos Gate, right? So this is also another one of the sensitive loots that I have, right? So open it up, and you can see it's more stickers, and really pop-up art for all the characters so far at that point of time, right? So that's actually a lot, right? So you can see all these are actually the starter characters, right? Starter characters of Kronos Gate. Right, very, very nice design. Right, so you can see a bit of resemblance to TOS, some of the TOS characters nowadays. So you can see that they might be recycling their design. Right, so these are all pop-up cards. Right, so you can actually pull them out and then they can actually stand. So you can see that all these are all the cards. Right, there is actually 2 stacks of them. So many surprises in this mini box right here. Alright, last but not least, I have a Ziploc bag of a pretty decent amount of loot here. Alright, so just gonna open it up. Right, some of it I've already shown you guys, so I'm not gonna repeat it. So this right here is not an engagement ring, but another pin from Madhead, this time 5th anniversary. Right, so you can see from 5th anniversary to 6th anniversary's wine glass, and now 7th anniversary. I think they have yet to send anything, or are they even sending things in the first place? Right, so as I mentioned just now, I have spare poker cards, right? In fact, I have 2 of them right here, right? 2. And then for the Kronos Gate, I actually still have 3 of it, right? 3 of it. So I have to, you know, do something about it. And then what we have here are Tower of Savior files, right? So if you guys are still going to school, right, you can see that oh my god, there's so many of these again. Once again, many repeated loots once again. So these are TOS folders or files, if you want to call it, right, for you to put your document / homework or whatever that you're doing right now. Okay, and this I would say is one of the more legendary loots, right? Because once again, not everybody have this, and I'm very fortunate to have grabbed hold of one of these. And this is none other than another card collection from Madhead, right? This time Big Bang crossover with Tower of Saviors, right? So if you guys are old players, old enough to know this, right? Big Bang, the Korean group, collaborated with Tower of Saviors, and this is what we have right here for the cards, limited edition, right? Not for distribution, I think it says somewhere, right? So it's very, very rare, and it's up to probably Madhead staff to, you know, decide who to there it is, right? Not for sale, right? So is really for them for promotional use only, not for resale, made in Hong Kong and stuff like that, right? So inside you can see that there are all the cards right here, so I'm just going to take them out real quick, right? So you can see here are all the 5 cards, right, of Big Bang. And then if you flip it around, they actually contains the Tower of Savior version of them, right? So you can see here G-Dragon, you have Top, Daesung, Taeyang, and Seungri, right? So definitely super limited edition for this one, right? So I would actually rank this very, very close to the music box, right? Because these are so rare loots that not everybody will have, and it's a pity if one of these goes missing, honestly. Okay, so yeah, that's basically all the loots I have. Oh wait, one more thing. So due to TGS 2020 being postponed, right, I actually went to Taipei for nothing. Technically for nothing, because I have to spend a few days there meeting some of the Taiwan TOS players and stuff like that, and didn't really go to a TGS convention, right? So I actually got this from one of the TOS players, right? He kind of like think he have no use for this, so he kind of gave this to me, right? So this is technically not a new loot from what he say, right? But this is a poster that I've got from him. This is the first time I'm opening it anyways, so it's this way up, right? Tower of Saviors, and you can see all the starter characters and Michael Lucifer at the background, right? So very cool. I'm not sure whether I will actually put this up on my wall, but because this is something that I do not have, I would also treasure it very much. Okay, so basically that's all the loots I have so far with Mad Head, with Tower of Saviors, and you know, Kronos Gate and stuff like that, right? So if you guys enjoy this very unexpectedly long video, right, be sure to hit a like. Let me know what should I do with all these duplicate loots of mine, be it the tarot cards, the tote bag, you know, and other stuff that I can't remember, the files and stuff like that. And let me know what should I do with them, right? And then I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.